Welcome back to Non Niche. This is Raquel. I'm super excited that we have another interview on the books. I know, get excited. I'm excited. Her name is Daisha. She's the owner of LeBeau Paper Co. And she's amazing. I literally saw this daily planner on her website. I'm like, I gotta have that. It's very non niche vibes. It's very like you don't see this every day. It's very much, I have to have this. Mind you, do I have other planners? Yes. I do. But you really need this one. And it's not from a big corporation, it's from a black owned, female owned small business that's not small. She's caring, she's thoughtful, and I love buying from people like that. And that's why we have non niche in the first place. So let me stop spoiling things and let's check out the interview.
So I'm Daisha. I'm the founder of LeBeau Paper Co, which is a stationery company where we design pretty much like all the stationery goods, but our specialty products are custom planners and journals, which you can really just specialize to your needs from cover to cover. And this is my new child, and I love what I do so much because I am a stationary like girl through and through. So I love doing this, and I love this business so much.
And you can definitely tell. And I wrote in my planner. It was a wonderful thing. I was sitting outside with like my meditation journal. I'm like, okay, things to do today. I took my time in I had my good pen.
That's right.
That matters. Just like, I'm going to write things. There's so many things with April. There's a lot of things that can make me excited. But whenever you're running a business or doing your brand or anything like that, the aesthetics matter. It does.
It does.
No, I love how everything is spaced out so you can write. It's not like you know how sometimes they only give you those little margins.
Tiny.
I can really write in here. I'm like, I love that. Even as a creative strategist, I like to dedicate each project with its own space.
I get that, yeah.
And you definitely allow that because I love the build a planner, build a journal that you've been doing. I've seen that on Instagram. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so that's actually my favorite, probably one of my favorite things that we sell. And honestly, like I created like this whole build your planner, build your journal aspect of the business really for myself. Like a lot of things, I'm not gonna lie, they always start for me. And then I start over time to think about ways to make it like modular or to fit like different people. Just because like, you know, like we said before, like it's really exciting when you have like that stationery for, you know, like work or school or like a project that you're working on and you're excited. Like it makes you want to use it. It makes you want to be excited about your work. It makes you like want to like outline everything and make it look good and like have a good project from start to finish. And so when I created like this build your planner aspect of the business, I wanted to create something with the idea in mind that like there's no one size fits all planner, right? Because like when I was doing my research when I started the business, I'm like searching up all these things like what's the most common planner size, like what's the most common like weekly like layout, like all these things to like get me started. And there wasn't really a clear answer, you know what I mean? Because so many people like so many different things. And so in my mind, I was just like, let me create something that's modular that people can really change depending on, you know, whatever season that they're in or just whatever like their needs are. I really wanted to create something that allowed people to design something that's theirs. You know what I mean? Design something that works specifically for your life, which was something that I felt like, even though I love my book bound planners, it wasn't something that I could like really express in those. And I did try to give it like some flexibility, like, you know, like with the date list, so that way people can like use it over time and like not waste it. Like, let's say if you forget about it for a bit, but it wasn't 100% modular like I wanted it to be. Really allowed for a little bit more modularity, and then also like I'm a minimalist in a sense, and so I wanted to create um
Yeah.
like stationery that wasn't overwhelming. I know what it's like when you go in the store, like, growing up, we went to Walmart, we went to Target to like get our planners, and it's like so cute, and it's like all the stickers and like all the things and like all the accessories, and I
Right.
get overloaded sometimes. I just need something simple, but also like I want
Exactly.
to leave room for the people who want to do those things eventually. And so, yeah, that was pretty much just the thought process behind creating the Build Your Planner, and also like the Build Your Journal aspects of the business.
I love that. Having those planners, having those journals, it's just like you don't want your customers to feel overwhelmed. And
Exactly.
that's why whenever I was looking at your Instagram and I was talking about this on another reel that I made, it's just like why you need like a website manager, because you
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure it's like the same voice as your social
Exactly.
media, because it can't be two different people, or people be like wait.
Right.
You're like, since it's timeless, it's, it builds more of your longevity as like a customer, because you're just like, okay, I can get this anywhere. I can bring it to girls' night, or
That's right.
it's like those quick meetings that's on the street and you just happen to be out, and you just automatically look professional. For pop-ups, what has been like your biggest, I guess, learning curve,
Mm-hmm.
your high moments of like, okay, I know I did this well, and like
Yeah.
bringing people in from different demographics?
My pop-ups, and this is something that I'm still learning, it's like always for me like what to bring. So I
Mm-hmm.
always try to get a feel for the event and a feel for like the other vendors that may be there, so I can get an idea of like what to pack, so I'm not overpacking things, or like, you know what I mean, like I'm not doing too much, because I have so many products, I have so many things that, one, it becomes a lot to carry, and two, like it just may not fit the audience. So I think like that's one of the things that like I'm still learning. Like I'm getting a feel for like the events that I go to. Like say like there's this one group that I work with regularly, like they do luxury pop-ups. And so for that one, it would be more of like the Build Your Planner, the Build Your Journal. Like that would be like the vibe that I would go for those events. Whereas like if I did like, I don't know, like a regular market that had, I'm just making things up here, 60 vendors. Like 9 times out of 10,
Really?
like, right, like people just want
Yeah.
something similar. Like they want to see a cute journal. Maybe they'll like the daily planners. I'm starting to learn, like just, based off doing it. Like they want something simple. They like the new journals that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Build Your Planner wouldn't really be a thing that, I mean, it'd be interesting. People would stop by and look at it, but it's not something that they would go to that market for.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, those are things that I'm learning. I will say like some highs that I have gotten from going, from like being a part of like the markets and the pop-ups are just like connecting with the community. Like I remember at the beginning of the year, I had this pop-up, and there were people who were like, oh my gosh, like I came here just for you. And like, I've never had that
I
happen
love that.
before, ever. Cause like, like in the beginning, like when you start, like people are learning about you. So they walk by and they're like, oh, like this is interesting. But to have people say,
Mm-hmm.
like, I came, like I looked around this whole thing to find your booth. Yeah, like I was about to be bawling. Like I was about to cry. And then like, when you have those connections, like you want to get to know your community and your base. And so we're like having
Yeah.
personal conversations, and like I'm getting like real time feedback, or just learning about people's lives, which
Right.
helps me inform my product, right? Like if I get to know you as a person, know like how your life is, we can kind of figure out like what may work for you. Like maybe you came here with something on your mind, like, oh, like I want this. But when we talk it through, we're like, oh, actually, like this may make more sense for like where I am in my life right now. And
Mm-hmm.
also like I like pop-ups because for me it's like you don't have to buy. Like a lot of times I tell
That's
people
true.
like please don't feel forced to buy anything. Like that's not what I want you to like feel like. I want you to really figure out where you are in life and what you need. And if honestly, if that's all you get from this conversation, like I feel accomplished and I built a connection with you, and like that's good enough for me. And I love that at pop-ups. Like I just love connecting with people, hearing about their story, hearing about like how they found out about the brand, where they
Mm-hmm.
follow us at. And that's honestly one of the main reasons why I keep doing it, because I crave that community connection.
But I honestly think a lot of people don't understand how meaningful it is for somebody to actually take the time to go to your section and actually want
Yes.
to get to know your product and be like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. And then have a returning person like, oh, I just honestly came here for you. That means a ton to an
So
entrepreneur
much.
because it's just like you have those days where you're just like, Lord, I know we discussed some things, but are you sure this is exactly what you said? Because I feel like no, I'm not saying, time will tell, but I just feel like it's just not adding up. So
Right, right.
just want to double check
Am I
a
on the
little
right
bit.
path? Am I still on the right path? Yes.
Exactly, because you have those moments every 2 weeks. You're just like, all right. And that's why I
Mm-hmm.
always say, like, the little things go a long way.
So fun.
Spreading kindness because you're just such a sweet soul. And I'm like, you can tell that you are very intentional when it comes to the quality and how you package things and just the way you take your time to get to know customers and what their needs are. Right now, especially, I think it's reached its peak into the business world where people are buying from authentic people compared to just people just buying off a name.
Yeah.
What has been your number one, like, I guess, your quality tests and picking out the
Mm-hmm.
vendors? Like, how does that typically work in getting everything there to you to build?
I think like with my vendors, I'm like really particular. So like I often ask like, oh, like show me something that you've done recently. Like let's say like I have a leather swatch that like uses this leather. Like let me see how your leather is.
Yeah.
Let me see how your stitching is. And a lot of times like I draw my own design. Like I draw my own designs for like my, let's say like my planners or like my planner covers.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I have them create samples based off my drawings, and we continue to refine the samples until they're perfect. And I think like I know like a lot of business owners will tell you like don't get caught in like the sampling circle. Like sometimes just push something out. But I feel like I'm
Right.
at the point of my business where like because I've made so many mistakes in the beginning, like I don't want to just push something out for the sake of pushing it out. So I want to take
Yes.
time with my vendors, see how they like hand it's not, and here's the thing because they can trick you up, right? Like they'll send you like the most beautiful sample in the world, and when you get
Uh-huh.
that bulk order and you start going through all of them and you like you'll see like some things and you're like hold on, like this was not what we discussed. And so it's one of those things where it's a learning thing, it's a learning curve. But I what I've noticed is that when I work with vendors who are okay with doing a smaller minimum order quantity, they take
Mm-hmm.
much more time with your products versus somebody who wants to mass produce like, oh, if you order this one thing, you have to get 300 of this one thing. And for me, it's like I don't even know if I have the base for that yet. So it's like I would rather work with somebody that only requires me to get maybe like 30 or 50. And then like I can buy like multiple of these things and I can go through and quality check everything once it comes back. And if anything is wrong with it, I'm just like, hey, like, the quality of this isn't up to standard. I'm going to send this back to you guys to either send me a replacement or to refund me for it. And so that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much like how I've been operating with my vendors. It's really hard to say like you'll know by like just looking through their catalog. I mean, they can put anything in there. Like not 9 times out of 10, they're
Yeah.
probably putting other people's products on there, and it's not even something that they created. And so you really just kind of have to use discernment, like with how your representative talks to you, and like how much they talk about like just the things in their factory, and like or like
Mm-hmm.
their little, I don't even know what they call it, like just like their manufacturing process, like how much they know about it. Like those things mean a lot to me. And also like one thing that I've noticed from working with vendors is when they show me pictures of samples before they send it to me, if they're like, hey Daisha, like I noticed this like error within it. I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
point this out to you. What do you think? Like, how do you think we should move forward? And then I'll give you some ideas as well. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, I
Yeah.
like that transparency. And then like just
Mm-hmm.
knowing someone is that knowledgeable, it means a lot. And so I know like that was a lot of information, but it maybe
No,
it's helpful
it's
for
good.
anyone, right, who's coming up and like trying to manufacture something. Like those are just some things you can keep in mind.
My mom always taught me, it's just like never feel bad for asking questions when it's about you and your name.
That's right. That's right.
You asking questions is offensive. I'm like, I honestly had, because I want to do a couple things for non-niche, but I want the quality and want things to be done very correctly. and
Mm-hmm.
I was asking questions and they're like taking it as an offense. I was like,
Exactly.
okay, rewind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking questions because I'm trying to use your services. And
Right.
if that's offensive, maybe this does not align. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the times when it comes to vendors and getting the things that you want where you both win, it should not be a tug of war. I'm
At
like,
all.
this is not a fight. This is not a decline on, your status and what you can offer. It's just that I should be allowed, as truly a customer to a vendor, to ask questions,
That's right.
especially when you're new to it. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta know as much information as you can and learn as you go
That's
sometimes,
right.
but the more you know at first kind of prohibits you from creating problems. So I do see a lot of small businesses getting a little bit more of I guess, hesitancy when
Mm-hmm.
asking questions to certain, manufacturers, and just like, oh, this is how we've always done it. But they're, not as quick, not as open all the time to, see things a different way.
That's right.
And you have to also understand it is okay to pivot.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah,
Please save
it's like,
yourself the
okay,
heartache.
one won't do it, another one will.
Mm,
It's like I feel like you need to find the right vendors, and a lot of people don't. They just want something quick, fast, in a hurry to get their name out there. It's just like the quality takes time.
it takes time. It does. It does.
Trial and error is a part of the entrepreneurship. Like,
That's
no
right.
matter if you're doing a product or not, it's
Mm,
just it is what it is. But yeah, never be scared to whoever's listening to this. Like, never be scared to ask questions. You need to be asking questions. We kind of discussed this before. How do you? I know stationery is typically a women type of
mm-hmm.
vibe, but as you were saying before, that you've noticed like men getting into the stationery industry. Like, how do you plan to attain like more male customers? Because as women, we're the
Mm,
ruler of the consumer industry.
we are.
But when men shop, they shop once and they're done for like a year and a half. So like it's not a consistent buy.
Mm-hmm.
So how's your approach, or how would you approach like getting more of
Mm.
a universal demographic into your
Yeah.
client base?
I think, and I know, like, I feel like we talked about this so much, and for me, like, I'm still like
Yes.
racking my brain on like,
Mm-hmm.
how do I like, how do I get my male audience, and not only that, like, how do I keep them? Because like we talked about before,
Yes.
like men, like once they find a brand that they love or like they like they tend to stick with it. Versus like how we
Mm-hmm.
said women like we like to kind of try different things every now and then. Like, oh, like this brand was great,
Exactly.
but like, ooh, this one's interesting. Like, girl, like let me try it. Let me see. Like, who's it
Mm-hmm.
gonna hurt? And so I know like one of the biggest things that has been helpful with me working with or like just kind of like pitching my brand to men, because I feel like that's what it is a lot of times. Like you kind of have to pitch it
Mm-hmm.
because it's new, right? Like it's something that they probably haven't used before, and I feel like doing like those in-person pop-ups have helped. Because again, like when you see people walking by, like you see them like do the little side eye, like they're interested, but they're
Mm-hmm.
scared that they're gonna
What's
have to
up?
buy, right? Like
Yeah,
they're scared that they're gonna have to buy if they like looking. I'm like,
exactly.
you can look without the pressure of buying. Let's just chat. Like touch it. Like
Exactly.
you can touch the products, because I keep like some out, so like
Mm-hmm.
people can like feel it and feel the paper and like feel the material to see like if they like it. And I'm like, you can touch things, and I'm not gonna like if you break, you don't have to buy. Like usually like I have these products out for that. Like I know that they're going to get wear and tear, and it's fine. Like I just want people to get
Mm-hmm.
comfortable, and I'm like, like just tell me about yourself. Like have you like ever like written in a planner before? Like do you journal? Like just like talk to me about like the things that you do, the things that you enjoy, or things that you'd be interested in trying. And I feel like that's been helpful, just having conversations with men, because like we said, a lot of times like stationery is only marketed to women. And so I get it. Like it's difficult because it's hard to like figure out what an entire demographic needs when everyone is different, right? Like every
Yeah.
man is different. Every man isn't the same. And so I do think like just having those pop-ups have been helpful, because there are men who are interested in stationery who will come up, but they're like, look, like I don't need all the bells and whistles. Like I just need something to help me organize my weeks. And I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Here's a weekly planner. Like, you don't even have to add anything to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is great for you because of XYZ. And like, we just talk about it. And they tend to be like really interested and they think it's pretty cool. Like, they like the way that it's like a book. Like, I try to make my products neutral, but I do add like accessories to allow people to give it like a more masculine or a more feminine touch, or like a more floral thing, or like a more like, you know, like whatever you like you can add those things to it. But I do, for the most part, try to keep the big pieces or the more expensive pieces a little bit more neutral, so that way anybody can use it. And so yeah, I feel like with the male demographic, reaching them online, I think, is a little bit difficult. And it's something that like I'm trying to figure out like how to tap into. I wish I can tell you that I had a plan on how to do it.
I mean, at
It's
least
on my
you're thinking
mind.
about it. Yeah, honestly, I think about the same thing. Like, anytime a female launches something, it's really hard I want to change the narrative and say it's really hard. It's a different type of playground on how to like approach men.
Exactly.
I want to say that because I don't want to write the narrative that it's hard to reach men.
Just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, we just have to figure it out. And then also, like, I was thinking maybe doing like Easter eggs in the stories type of vibe, like pull oriented towards like men, or like, men, what do you like in your planners, or like how do you plan for things? How is it easy whenever, because right now fitness is like the biggest thing. They write something down. Okay.
They do. Sometimes I see them writing in the gym, girl. They have their little notebooks and they write down their. I see it. I don't know what they be putting in there, but they do something.
Like, I know y'all be writing stuff down.
Exactly.
You just don't write the grocery list down, but like, I know you be writing stuff down. Okay. I want to say like maybe do like a kind of like a poll once in a while, trying to gauge like men, or if females have seen men do like something organizational, because men like to be aesthetic sometimes.
They do.
Sometimes, but I was just like, you know, they're up in their style game too with
they are
satchels and stuff. So I'm just like, I know y'all gotta be writing stuff down. So, maybe start asking some kind of Easter egg questions.
You're right.
In the stories, and maybe start sprinkling that in there.
You know, let me just ask, see how. You know, maybe even see. Even though I think I probably would say 80% of my followers are women. Yeah. So I'll have to.
I see it.
I'll have to put some on my personal stories too, and just be like, hey, like, what do y'all be writing down? Do y'all write things down? Do you use your phone? Like, I feel like that would be like, you know, even the starter questions, like, do you write things down? Do you keep stuff in your phone? How are you tracking it? Like, once you put it in your phone, like, do you forget about it forever? Like, what's happening there? It gets lost once you put it in your notes app. Oh,
I forget. Right. Make another note, because I'm like, I feel like I forgot to make a note of this. So it's like multiple notes that I made of the same thing, and I'm like,
the same thing.
I'm just shooting off the cuff here. This is turning into something else. We're just brainstorming today.
Yeah, I love this.
Maybe look up on like Instagram or even TikTok too, different male-oriented hashtags for like, you know, people who organize.
You're right. The bullet journaling, I've seen a lot. There's a lot of male creators like in that space.
Yeah, I would look at kind of like the analytics of certain hashtags, and maybe whenever you do a poll, probably put like a little hashtag on there too. That. And see it, or do like a sleeper hashtag, because you can do underwriting in Instagram. So maybe like on one of your maybe not towards like a female, but just organizational post or reels or something, have like that male little underwriting hashtag to be like, okay, let's see where this one goes. Do they still do the Instagram test reels to see where
they do the trials?
Yeah, I would start doing the trials and see like where it will go for like if it will get any male attention.
I'll
Yeah.
try it. You know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I'll try it. I mean, anything to kind of get a perspective from them. And I can even start with the men in my life. Hello, my brother, my cousin,
Yeah.
my friend.
Yeah. Be like, hey,
What
to
do
the
y'all write
front.
down?
Uh-huh.
Like, what's going on? I like
To
that.
me, yeah, message me to see what you think because I'm curious because I'm like, I feel like that should kind of give you something and play around. It won't leave you too much in the dark. And then you can use real
Yeah.
people, which is your family base.
And they'll be
And
honest
like,
with me. Yeah.
they will.
I
Lovingly,
like
of
that.
course. So I think, yeah, focus group for
I like
males.
that. You're right. I can do that. Like, let me start with, like, you know, where I am. I have coworkers. I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
I got a job. Why didn't I ask
You
my
know,
coworkers?
and I feel like every time we film this, we get better at that question.
We do. Because we start
We get better.
brainstorming and we figure it out, like, at least a starting point.
Yes. If you were talking to you when you first started, what
Mhm.
would be the encouraging words? What would be like pain points, things that you would do differently?
Yeah, I think I'll start with things that I do differently. One thing I would do differently is slow down and like not try to rush to get out so many different products at one time. I probably start with like one thing and just stick with that thing and improve that one thing until it got to like where I think I am at, like literally right now in this moment, and then start to expand from there. But I think like in the beginning, it's because you see so many like companies. Again, these are companies that have been around for decades, like just releasing all these things every month, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I have to keep up, like I have to release this, and it's like you literally just can't compete. You know, you're one person, you're working full time, like you got bills to pay, like you cannot
Yeah.
compete with these companies that have like these massive backings, and that's okay. Find your lane and find the one thing that makes you different, and like one thing that you can like improve upon, and one thing that you can do really really well, and like just capitalize off that one thing. One thing that I would tell myself is to like slow down, perfect your thing over time, and like really focus on community, and then like it'll be fine, like it'll be fine. Some encouraging words I would give myself, I don't know, I tell myself like you're doing so good, like you're doing great. And younger you would be so proud of the woman like you've grown into, and one day you'll build like this amazing business that you and I mean, my daughter is only 2, so everything is exciting for her.
Yeah.
So, but like, you know, one day like your business will turn into like this fun thing that you guys do together. And I get it. Like as she gets older, she might not like want to do it, which is fine. But like right now, we'll like pack orders in my office together, or we'll go through stuff together. I'm like, oh baby, like hand mommy that, and she'll like get it, and she's having so much fun in here because she's like touching all the things, and yeah, it'll just be one of those things that allows for like some bonding between you all that I think will mean a lot like as she gets older. And so yeah, I think like those are some encouraging things that I would tell myself to keep me going, especially like when I hit those lows, because I feel like as a business owner you have highs and you have those lows that just lows they get you.
The lows make you question why
Everything.
are you even here?
Right. Everything.
Like, those
Ooh,
lows
I
are
know it.
hard.
They're hard.
Those are when you need extra pages in those meditation journals,
Right?
okay?
I have
like,
3 for the lows.
It's like I have some questions.
Okay. See how you knew? See how you just we know.
No, we have fun with it. I
We
think
have
it's
fun.
just that we really care.
Yeah.
And sometimes we create our own stagnation a little bit because we're just, my mom always says this. She's like, Raquel, you've always been able to draw. You draw regardless if you were good or bad about it. You could
You're
always
doing
create
it.
out of nothing. Yeah.
Right.
You never thought about it. It's just until you got older you started thinking about, okay, well, what would this look nice? Would this look like? She's like, you just
Mm-hmm.
need to start creating like you were, that inner girl again. Like you just
Yeah,
need to not think about it and just create. If it looks bad, you know what not to do. I don't think I know for me, it's just like not a lot of us had the best examples of entrepreneurship in house.
exactly. You're
Like
right.
some of us is just doing it, you know, first time in our generation, especially
Mm-hmm.
immediate family.
That's
First
right.
time doing it like off the cuff, like no instructions except divine help.
Right.
We're
Figuring it
just
out on
like
the way.
we're like, okay.
Because
I
as a
mean,
business owner, right, like we know, like you're doing everything. You're doing the
yeah,
marketing, you're building sometimes your own website, you're packing the orders, you're designing the product. Like you're your
exactly.
whole team. Why would you want to have 50 million products on top of all the things that you're doing? Slow
Mm-mm.
down. We got to slow down sometimes and give our bodies a chance to catch up and rest. And
Yes.
yeah, I'm still learning that honestly to this day. Because every now and then I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. Like I get excited about like a new thing, and I just have to
Yes.
like relax.
Slow down.
We'll get there. We're not there yet.
Exactly. As we discussed before, your, ideal plans, no
Hmm.
dates on it,
Of
but your
course.
ideal plans for LeBeau Paper Co. Like, where is she living? Where is she, like, small business, big business? What are we
Yeah.
thinking?
I think ideally, I would love to have it. I thought about this a lot since our last call. I really want to have like my own stationery store. Like, I want my own store. And it would be nice,
Yeah.
like, if one of these days, like, you could expand and be in like different malls and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
If they still exist in the
Yeah.
years down the line, we don't even know. But like, I would love that. Like, I would love to have my own store.
I would love
Have
that too.
Yeah, have my products mainly, but of course, because I'm a stationary girl, I want
Yeah.
like other stationary products in there. Like I want all the pins and all the washi tape and like the highlight. Like I
Mm-hmm.
want all the things.
And at your store, you can do events where it's just build your own
Yes,
planner
yes, like
with
a build your
like
own planner
little,
bar. Yep,
yes,
little
with like,
sound baths. Ooh, I love
mm-hmm.
it. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is I do one of these. This is like a passion project.
Okay.
I want to create my own adult coloring book. And I also want to create like my own like set of color pencils as well. Like that's just one of my things where it's like I would love to get to that in 2027. Like if I can, like that's on my list for 2027.
I still purchase coloring books
Me too. I love
myself.
them.
I still have my color pencils, my markers. That
Yes.
just kind of like I said, goes into my inner child where I'm just like, all right, technology is working my nerves. I can't be creative, but let me
Color.
color for a little bit.
Right.
And a lot of adults have. I thought, I was gonna look crazy being a child
No.
in a cafe just coloring. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna go get like a little coffee, and no, not a coffee, it's a tea. I don't drink coffee, but I'm like, it's like one of those coffee shops like next to the neighborhood. I'm like, I
Yeah.
just got my little backpack with my coloring books and pencils.
And you have yourself a good time, peaceful
Sure
coloring while
do.
drinking your tea. Yes.
Yes. And I was
Yes.
just like, a lot of people have said they have coloring books. They
Yep.
purchase coloring books. I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy, but
No.
also I think there's something to that. Like right now, I think a lot of people have, leaned more into nostalgia,
Mm-hmm.
especially millennials,
Yep.
because that was a safe zone.
Right.
We had a lot of trauma, but
But
that was
right.
a safe zone. Like
Exactly.
were like that in between. We had no phones. We were meeting people outside.
That's
There was
right.
like where we trust the people on their neighborhood, where I
Mm-hmm.
could go across the street if my mom was not home and be like, "Hey,
That's true.
you don't know people's names, you call them like
Mr. Whatever or Miss
Mister,
Whatever.
yeah."
Mm-hmm.
You're like, "Ma'am, my mom's not home, but I was wondering, you were safe."
You were safe. That's
You
true.
were safe. And then
Yeah.
everybody knew everybody's kids on the street.
That's
Okay?
right.
everybody was respectable. If one couldn't go out, you'd be like, hey, this person can't go out because they haven't done the chores. Like, can we help? You helped
They
sometimes.
did,
Or
yes.
they're like, give them 30 minutes, we'll be back. And then also bringing food, making sure like, hey, can you watch the kids? I have to handle something. It was just more of a community. Nowadays, it's just like, I don't know this person.
I don't know who this is. Exactly. I know. It was so different growing up. I was actually just pulling up like the one that I have because I was like, oh, like let me see what it looks like. Girl, I love that coloring book down. I'm like, okay, like I want to create my own. You know what? You've inspired me again. I'm gonna get back to the drawing board. Like, I want to do that so bad.
I can talk to you forever, so I'm just gonna wrap this up real fast.
Yes.
But I was like, it's 12:07. I'm so sorry. No, again, I really appreciate you, and it is third time is the charm because we now solved the mail problem.
We figured it out.
And then I think just when touching base on every time it's just like a new experience really and a new conversation. It's very organic, so I never get worried of like, is it gonna be the same? It's always gonna be the same.
Always the same. I love it.
Always the same. And I just want people to understand, and this is why I created Non-Nation. Like, I just want you to know who you're buying from and who you should be buying from. But no, I'm just really appreciative of your time and energy that you put into your work, because it like I said, I'm number one fan here. I appreciate you coming back on here with me. Third time's the charm, like always, because this sound made me get closer to God. But at the same time, I just appreciate you and your energy and all that you put into your work, and definitely shows for anybody who's entering the stationery world and creating their own. What 3 things, best advice would you give them right now?
Definitely do a lot of research, but not to your own detriment.
Yes.
Not to your own detriment, please. Don't feel like you have to compete with all the like bigger companies, or even like companies that are small but like just have had time to grow. Like I said, like before, like find your thing, find your lane, and just do that one thing really, really well until you're ready to expand. And then I think like the third thing is I guess it's like 2 things for number 3. Keep going, and like your community never lose sight of trying to serve your community, and never lose sight of their needs. Like always keep their needs in mind when you're designing things and designing products, and keep that human connection, because I think that that'll be super important over these next few years, especially as we are all going through like our switch to tech everything, like the AI agents and the nonstop ads. I think like just having like that human connection with your community is going to be super important. It's going to be one of those things that sets brands apart. So yeah, I think like those would be my top 3 to 4-ish things I would give to people who are starting out like in the stationery world.
Doing such a great job.
Thank you.
If anybody hasn't told you enough, you're doing a great job. It shows. You are always worthy of success. I attest to that with my whole mind, body, and spirit. You have a good energy about you, and you're just doing a great job balancing real life and then your passions. Remember to rest. It's not a crime to rest.
Yes, we can. We're gonna rest. Yes. I needed that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I needed that. Thank you. These are my favorite like calls that we do, and I wish we had more on the books. I've enjoyed this so much, and I'm super excited to support you and your brand moving forward. Like I'm really grateful. You said like I have a good spirit. I always think this about you whenever we get on a call, and so I feel like our energies are like feeding off of each other, like that really good, like positive and like pure energy. And so I'm grateful that we got a chance to connect. And like I said, yeah, I'm excited to support you and like be reposting every single thing that I see of yours on my timeline.
Oh, well, thank you. And if you ever just need to hop on a call, you can just let me know and
Same,
we can
please,
just talk it
girl.
out. Yeah, I'll
I'm
be like,
here.
I have some questions. It's like, I don't mind that. Just let me know. We'll schedule something,
I
okay?
love it. Thank you.